It's the Two Dumb Blondes podcast. It's the Two Dumb Blondes podcast. We are two dumb blondes and we have a podcast.
Yes.
Hey,
wow. Hello, friends. Hopefully you didn't forget about us because we almost did.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while.
My name is Katie.
I'm Josie.
And we are the hosts of Two Dumb Blondes podcast. Thank you, Justin. Thank you.
Soft golf clap.
It has been, we were just talking, it's been how long? Since we think March, since we did our last podcast.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's like we went to Disney and it all just
we fell off the wagon.
Fell downhill.
Nothing mattered after Disney. It's
Truly,
taken
though.
us this long
really,
to dig
truly.
us out of that depression.
It's true. It's very true.
We're back.
Back with
Season 2, baby.
A
Better than
rebirth.
ever. Yeah, we're calling this Two Dumb Blondes Rebirthed. Because so much has happened since the last time that we've spoken.
True. Rebirth, season 2. We got a lot of things coming. We've been talking to people, friends, like what would you like to see on the podcast here, that kind of stuff. And everybody has said that they would like us to talk about more serious things, which is really difficult for me and my friend Josie because we
take nothing seriously.
Exactly. But we can be serious.
Yeah.
We just didn't. We started the podcast in 2020 because things were
Horrible.
rough. And we wanted to make people laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we still can do that while talking about more serious topics. But I don't know. We'll see what that brings.
Yeah.
We'll try.
Stay tuned.
We're going to have some guests on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. We also want to give a shout out and thank 316 Creative Works.
That's right. This is, okay, from our setup from when we started to now, look at how beautiful this is. I feel like I'm in like a little back porch, like just relaxing, and it's just awesome. And we would not be able to do it without 316 Creative Works. And what would we like to call him? Our manager?
Yeah.
Our manager, producer, makeup artist.
All around.
Just a great guy. I think that's what we said last time.
It's the truth.
Justin!
Yay! He makes this possible for us because we are two
love
dumb
him.
blondes and we don't know how to do any
It's
of
true.
it.
It's true. He keeps us in line. For sure. So, okay, without further ado, we have some topics that we would like to dive right into.
Yes.
So, Miss Josie, what's number one?
Well, let's see. Where should we start? We both have new developments in our lives.
We do.
We have two good men.
Two
Two
good men.
Two dumb blondes have some two good men.
What if our boyfriends did a podcast and they named it Two Good Men?
Oh, they have to meet first.
How do we know?
Not jump the gun.
True. But yes, we have new men, and I met my boyfriend online. We matched on a dating app, and yeah, how about you?
I met mine online. We matched on a dating app. It's 2021, baby.
Dude.
Anything can happen.
Shout out. Like, online dating, though, is so weird. But how you literally don't meet anybody else.
I had such a horrible time on dating apps. Like, especially, Bumble was a nightmare for me.
Really?
Yeah. I would match so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd be like, okay, well, Bumble, like, the woman has to talk first. So I'd, send a little message, and of the 75 that I matched, guess how many talked to me on Bumble? The 3 months that I was on it.
1.
0. I literally never got a response. So if you ever want to be humbled,
That's really bad.
go on Bumble.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I'm glad you had a success story, though, because I did not.
Don't really know what to say. But you
No,
matched
it's
with
fine.
75 people, though.
I did. They thought I was pretty, but, they did not want to talk to me.
They hated having conversation with you.
Which I get.
What were you saying to start the conversation?
I just, hey, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm not, laying it on thick.
In their mind, it's like, hey, how you doing? Hey.
What was I supposed to say? I don't know.
You say, sup. Or you say, I always send a GIF. I would always send a GIF, and I would just make myself look like a complete nerd.
Okay.
I would send one of my favorite ones is of Star Wars, and it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he takes his hood down and he's like, hello there. Because I knew instantly if I was gonna be with someone, they had to match my nerdiness.
Okay.
So that's kind of the approach that I took.
I'm not a nerd. I'm like a really cool person, so I don't have those tactics.
Or like these people, have you seen like on TikTok or like these people that send the whole Step Brothers skit?
Yes, that is
you
funny.
know,
Funny.
that would go over my head.
Yeah.
But that cracks me up. But like how do I even say this? Like I don't want to sound too judgmental, but men, if you're listening, we don't care about your fish.
That's so true.
Like, we don't care about how big of a fish you caught.
That's true.
We don't care about it.
Yeah.
If I had to, I instantly, nope, gone. If you have a fish in your photo, you're done. No.
Yeah. No, it's true. But that's like that's Indiana for you.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yes, please.
So the reason why most men put pictures of fish is because men aren't rewarded for their beauty, they're rewarded for their actions. That's why they put pictures of fish, because they go fishing and that's an action, they show something.
I have never been more humbled in my entire life.
You heard that here from your resident man in the room.
I
Our
don't know if
good
you heard
man.
That, but that's true.
Wow.
That's so what he said, in case it was not heard, is that men, I don't think I can say it as good as you, but men are not rated on their beauty. They're rated off of
Actions. And what they can do.
So that's why the bigger the fish, the more swipes.
You know what they say about big fish. Big lures.
Yes, they do. Bigger lakes, honestly.
Bigger lakes.
But yeah.
That's really interesting. I actually never thought about it that way, but
Me
it
either.
makes sense. Like,
Me either. But like women don't care about it, about fish.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Like I get why.
yeah, I get it.
But like I don't
Like,
see
literally
like
anything
how...
else other than a fish. Like, show me your dogs.
Show me your trophies. Like, do you have trophies? Do you have
Yeah. Your
Did you-
ribbons. Your 4-H ribbons.
your 401k, your social security?
Show me your bank account.
your interest rates. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe then. I don't know. But wow, interesting perspective.
Our boyfriends are listening, like, sweating. They're like, oh my gosh.
They changed their profile picture like a fish. That's funny. Sorry.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, I mean, I don't know about you. We'll talk for me, we'll talk for you, but I think I am the happiest I think I have ever been in my entire life. Like, I don't want to cry, I don't want to get sappy,
Yeah,
but
no.
like, I could cry my eyelashes off because that's how happy
Oh,
I
you
am.
literally just glued them on.
I did. But like,
Yeah.
Brandon, his name is Brandon. He makes me laugh. Like, okay, like I've said this to you and I've said this to Hannah. My prayer and my hope was that we would find somebody that would just make us laugh like we make each other laugh.
Mhm.
Now, granted, no one can ever take your place,
Thank
okay?
you.
Chill out.
Watch
But,
yourself,
like,
Brandon.
He makes me laugh as hard, if not harder, sometimes
Okay,
than... Yeah, never harder. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Thank you.
I've never been sent into orbit necessarily with him, but yeah, like he makes me laugh and I'm just super happy. Life is just really good. How about for you?
Ditto. Yeah. Connor's his name if you're listening. Shout out to you. He is the best. He makes me laugh also. Not as hard as you, of course, because you're my number one.
That's
girl.
right. That's right. That's right.
But truly, like, I came out of just the worst relationship breakup. It was just, it was horrible, rock bottom. And I was just praying, you know, if God has someone for me, he'll show him to me. And then, like, he, like, fell out of the sky.
Literally.
And swooped me up. So,
Yeah.
things are good. We've got great men.
Speaking of like in this next season, so like we've got new men and this next chapter, which is crazy. Okay, thinking about like the beginning of the year
Yeah.
to now and where we thought we would be, and we have decided to follow Jesus. No, I'm kidding.
No turning
No, I'm not
back.
kidding about it. Like we're following
No, we
Jesus,
are
but
following
like,
Jesus.
but like I didn't mean that.
Anyways, backtrack,
Anyway,
backtrack.
We are going to be roommates. And they were roommates. They were roommates. We're moving in together.
Yeah. So that's a thing that's happening.
Never in a million years would I have ever thought that Josie would say yes to moving in with me. I've been all for it for years.
She's literally been asking for years.
Every
and I've
time.
said no many, many times.
It's been different every time. She said no.
I say it in a different language every time.
No.
Maybe this time you'll understand that I don't want to move in with you.
But we found this really, I mean, we haven't seen the,
Yeah. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know.
we've seen pictures.
We've seen the outside.
We know the price. We have all the decorations and everything we
We have all
need.
of our furniture.
We're just waiting for the green light for like, yes, you can come and see it. Yes, you can have the keys and move your stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll happen this month.
Yes.
But like, okay, so back to like you saying no. Granted, I would ask you at some of the worst times in our friendship because the stuff that I've been through with roommates that you've experienced with roommates, and they always say like never move in with your friends because you won't be friends, you know?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I have experienced that a time or two in my life. And yes, we have some crazy roommate stories too. Oh, actually, wait a second.
What?
Wait a second. I want to go back a second.
Okay.
I want to go back to our men.
Okay.
And I actually want to talk about like dating stories.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
So it triggered me.
Katie's triggered right now.
I want to share all the tea today. I want to share all the dirt. But like I just have so many stories that I haven't told because I'm afraid. I'm afraid to tell them because
this is the year without fear, baby.
Okay.
We're doing it.
we're holding nothing back. To save identities, we're not gonna like say anybody's name or anything like that. But like dating stories. I think we should share some of the worst. So one of the most memorable dates for Josie and I, because she was a part of it, was
that in itself is like so weird that I was even there.
I love when you go on dates with me. Brandon.
I don't want to be on your dates. Thank you.
Never again after this one. So I was dating this guy and we had been like on and off like my whole life really. Well, yeah, since I could date. And we kind of, I went through a breakup. We kind of touched base. We started dating for a little bit. And first of all, like when we first started dating, Josie and Hannah interviewed him like crap. Like
no, we literally like made like a form that he had to fill out.
Right. And he had to answer questions. Like he had to pass the test. Yeah, that was bad. And then he's lied to your face saying, "I'm always on time."
Yeah, we said really because you were just 15 minutes late.
So then, so okay, I don't know how to get to like the date. Okay, so we're dating for a period of time. I think I completely lost myself during this period of my life. Like, I don't know who I was. I was crazy. It was just wild.
Yep.
So anyway, one night he offers to make breakfast for us because we love breakfast food. And so he invited you guys to come over to his house and have breakfast for dinner. And so, yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we agree. The night comes. We pull up to his house. It's pitch black.
The house is pitch black.
Not a light on in the entire house. And so I let myself in and I'm like, maybe you guys just like stay in the kitchen. Like I thought it looked like a scene from like a murder. Like I was going to find him dead or something. Like it was weird. So I'm like looking through the house. I go to his bedroom and he's just laying in bed watching TV. And I was like, is everything okay? Like, do we have the wrong night? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. So we're here. I'm going to turn the lights on. Do you want me to help you start like making stuff in the kitchen? He's like, no, I can do it. I'm like, okay, cool, great. So I open the refrigerator to get some refreshments. There's nothing. I'm like, okay, cool. So then we are sitting there and he comes out of his room. He has this hoodie on and he pulled his hoodie like you know how you can pull your hoodie super tight and your face can kind of look like a butthole? That's the best way I can describe it. I'm sorry. I have no filter. Like you just pull it super tight and it's like, okay, so he did that. I don't even know how he could see. He just walks right past us in the living room, not saying anything, goes in the kitchen. Josie is like looking at me like, I need to get out of here now. I need to go and never look back. And I'm like, you guys can't leave me here. Like we're whispering. Like we're
arguing. Like we're
whispering
super loud. Yeah.
Like you are not going to leave me here. You cannot go. I know this is awkward, but he is obviously in a mood and I could get murdered tonight. Like this is not happening. Okay, so we're like yelling like that at each other. And we hear pots and pans banging in the kitchen. And okay, flash forward. I don't know how long it was, but finally I go in the kitchen and I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is the matter? Like, get yourself together, dude. Like, you invited us,
Right,
you know, like
right.
this is embarrassing. You're embarrassing me. Like, you know, I threw it down. So then, anyway, I go back to the living room and then I think we sat in just complete silence, just waiting.
Yeah.
And then he walked out of the kitchen, hoodie just pulled. He like put this giant, it looked like like when you pop popcorn.
Yeah.
And the tin foil, like you put on the stove and like the tin foil just like pop. Yes.
Yeah.
It was like this big mound of tin foil. He just sets it on the table, sits at the other end of the table and puts it like just sits down like this at the table and just like sits and doesn't move. And so I'm like, okay, like we have nervous energy at this point. So we're like, okay, let's go sit. All right, cool. We're like sitting there and then he had put like cups and water. I think we had water.
Yeah.
So then we're sitting there and I was like,
oh no.
so we're sitting there and I was like, okay, thank you.
It's fine. Whatever.
I just said his name. This is hard. This is hard to do. This is hard. Justin, work your magic. Thank you. So anyway, so we're sitting there and I said, let's call him Patrick.
Sure.
So Patrick, can you tell the girls what you made? Can you reveal, do like a revealing? Like I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to lighten the mood. And he goes, no.
He literally said, well, you can just lift it up. And we're like,
okay, so we opened the tinfoil, and inside the tinfoil was the most amount of scrambled eggs I have ever seen in my entire life.
Like, for sure, at least 4 dozen.
He did
So many eggs.
like just
so
this
many eggs.
mound of eggs, and then there was how many sausage links? 4?
No, 2 for each of us. So 8.
8 sausage links, and 4 waffles.
Eggo waffles. Like from the toaster.
And Hannah's looking at me across the table. She's like, is there like syrup or anything? And I'm like, oh, do you have any syrup? And he's like, no.
He said, I hate syrup.
Okay. And so Hannah was like, I wish I could express the awkward tension. Like, I don't know if you've ever felt that, where it's like just been the room is like static with awkward. Where like literally you jump, you cry, you do things you don't even know you're. So in that moment after he was like, I hate syrup, Hannah moved so quickly. I've never seen her move so fast. And next thing you know, she has this waffle with scrambled eggs and sausage in her hand, a breakfast taco. And she goes, I love a breakfast taco. Like very like awkward, just like, ah. And in that moment, Josie just went, and just started sobbing, just sitting at this table because of the awkwardness of the situation. She was just like sobbing, just like, get me out of here.
I've never had such an overwhelming emotion. Like I was giggling, and then all of a sudden it just turned into pure panic sobs. I could not contain it, and it probably lasted like 3.5 minutes of just me wailing and sobbing because I was so uncomfortable. And Katie's like rubbing my back, and her boyfriend at the time was like, what's her problem? She's like, she's just had a really, really rough week. Like, she's okay. And I'm like, I'm okay. And I'm just sobbing.
And Hannah's just holding her breakfast taco, just like, what do I do? And then, honestly, I don't think we waited 10 minutes and we were out the door. I said, I am done.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Yes.
This was the most embarrassing, worst night of my life.
My word.
It was so bad.
Yeah. That. I have war flashbacks from that night. Like,
no.
Like Raven from That's So Raven. Like, I'll just, like, stare off
You see an Eggo waffle and you're like...
It brings me back to the trenches.
Yeah, it was really bad.
It was horrible.
Yeah. Just, like, I don't know what happened, Like, he went from 0 to 60 and, like, so weird.
That's so uncomfortable.
So, that's, like, one of my worst, but...
Yeah. I don't have any that are that bad. I honestly like haven't been on that many dates because nobody wants to date me.
Or no, you've dated people that just have never taken you on dates.
Oh, that too. No, but okay. I remember one time I was at my college in Arizona, and there was this kid who I didn't even like know if we were talking or not. We were just like really good friends, but like I had a feeling that he had a crush on me, but I'm just oblivious to those things. And oh no. Okay, so we were talking. I'm having more flashbacks again.
Oh no. Oh no.
So I don't know what to do in awkward situations.
You
no,
cry.
yeah. So I was in my dorm and I was just sitting on the couch watching TV, and he called me. He's like, "Hey, can you come downstairs?" I was like, "Sure," because he couldn't get into our dorm because it was locked. And he came out with an acoustic guitar and a jar of pickles in hand.
Loves you. He loved you.
Dude, that's my love language is music and pickles.
Connor.
So he knew. Oh, Connor already knows. Don't worry.
Oh no.
No, but this kid, he brought out his guitar and he handed me this jar of pickles and he goes, "Will you walk with me?" And I was like, "Okay."
And you said, "Sing to me, Paolo."
He brought me we had to walk a half mile down to the food court.
Oh no.
There was a bonfire outside, and he sat me down, and he popped open the jar of pickles. He's like, "Here," and he handed it to me, and then he started singing a song that he wrote for me, which there's literally no way he wrote it for me.
It was Justin Bieber's Baby.
He's like, "Whoa, whoa." No, I'm kidding.
And you're slurping on your pickle. I'm dead.
But I'm just sitting there and there are people walking past and I'm like, "This is not it. This ain't it." I thought we were just friends, man. And I'm not gonna shut him down. So I just let him finish his song and I was like, "Thank you so much. Thank you." He's like, "Yeah, I really like you." And I was like, "Thank you so much." We never spoke again. We never spoke again.
No.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't even look at him. I was so embarrassed for him.
Nice guys finish last.
Okay, yes, nice guys finish last.
That's so sad.
But that was too much too soon. I couldn't handle it.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
He did the right things,
He
though.
did. His heart was in the right place. Mine was not.
But I'm sorry. I gotta chime in here. I'm the, as you would for me, the comedic relief.
Yep.
Thank you. Two dumb blonde. One dumb blonde right here.
Yes.
No, the thought of someone had he ever seen you eat a pickle before?
Oh Lord, I hope not. I know. No, I keep that private.
Because the way my friend eats pickles is truly a, I don't even know what to call it.
There's a system. There's a system to it.
Her whole family eats pickles that way, and it's a thing. And so I couldn't imagine if he was singing you a sweet song and you're just, like I said, slopping on a pickle. I couldn't,
Hey.
he really loved you. He really loved you.
It didn't phase him.
Really,
didn't phase him at all.
Really loved you.
No.
That is so awkward. That's so awkward.
There was another. This is at the same place, but a different guy. He had to have been at least 40 years old.
Oh.
He was a super old
Hey,
college
now.
student. Literally nothing else happened, but I knew he had a crush on me. This bonfire was the meeting place. We would all just kind of go there at night, and then new people would come. We would meet friends, and this guy, he was I don't know if he was a Marine. He was I think he was just in the Army, but he was he was all of 5'3", but had the biggest upper body I've ever seen. Couldn't even put his arms down. Just walked around like this all the time, and he had a crush on me too. And one time he walked up to the bonfire like this, and he's like, "Hey, Josie," and he wanted to give me a hug, and so I hugged him, and I'm not kidding, he squeezed me so hard, my entire spine cracked. Like, I thought I was paralyzed. He picked me up and put me back down, and I had to sit down. I'm like, oh God, oh no. And I couldn't move for the rest of the night. I had to get my friends to bring me back to my dorm because my back, I swear he broke it. It was so bad. So that's why I don't put myself out there anymore.
Ever since then, you've never wanted a hug
I've
ever.
never been the same.
When was your first kiss?
My first real kiss. Like,
What's a real kiss versus your
I
first
don't know.
kiss?
Like, I feel like you have those young grade school mwah kisses. But, my first real kiss was when I was a sophomore in high school with nobody that anybody knows.
Okay.
You know him.
Okay.
Well, you don't know him. But,
Well, I don't know him, but I know him.
But
Shout out to that guy if you're watching, listening.
yeah, he was my childhood love of my life.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I was kissing guys when I was really little.
Okay, Miss Girl.
I know it's really bad.
You floozy?
I kissed a guy. I'm trying to remember. There's two people that No, I think the one I kissed somebody by the trash can in third grade,
Yeah, that
throwing
sounds
away,
right. That sounds right.
throwing away food. Someone was like, "You should kiss them," and I was third grade, and I was like,
Okay, but that's not a real kiss.
Okay, but
your
then
first real kiss?
I learned about French kissing with my cousins. My cousin told me. Oh, that sounded weird. I hate. I'm an idiot sandwich. No, my cousins. I remember we were at a pool party. And one of my cousins was like, "Have you ever heard of French kissing?" And I was like, "What? No." And we had to go under the water so she could open her mouth and move her tongue so I could see it. Goggles. Because and I was like, "What? That's what that is?" And she's like, "Yeah," but she didn't do anything to me.
I've never hated anything more.
I
in my
know,
life.
I know, but I was like, "Ooh, okay, so that's what French kissing is." I'm like, I've never heard of that. That's super weird. And then my first kiss I think was I would say 6th grade.
6th grade?
I know.
What the heck?
6th grade. And then 7th grade was when I had my first boyfriend.
Oh, I had boyfriends before I kissed anybody.
No, we kissed.
I had more boyfriends in my middle school years than I did in my adult
My
years.
first kiss with my first boyfriend was absolutely awful. He bit my tongue 10 times. He didn't understand the concept of you don't just go. It was bad. It was so bad. I was like,
that's
yeah,
bad.
it made me never want to kiss him ever again.
How weird, instinctually, we just know how to kiss.
Yeah.
Because, okay, you don't kiss your parents like that.
Ew, thank
But,
God.
how do you just, instinctually know how to kiss?
It's true, though.
It's
how do you
weird.
know to kiss?
That's... Anyways.
Tune in next time when we have Clayton Denton on the podcast talking about this topic. No, I don't know. It is weird, but yeah, I heard from my cousin, and
That's true.
I
You
don't
just
know.
hear from other people.
then you just do it, and it's super awkward, and you're just
That's true.
you know.
And I feel I feel like it's worse now, but I feel like we were exposed to so much so young.
Well, and
But,
now think about the kids these days, what they're exposed to.
I know.
Kids in 3rd grade are bumping and grinding.
Ew, if I see any 3rd graders bumping and grinding, I'm going to have a talk with them. That's awful.
Just to talk. I'm gonna go in.
Smack them.
I'm gonna smack them. I'm gonna spit a little.
No, that's the other thing. You can't, hit people's kids anymore. I feel like when I was in youth group, okay, I love my youth group kids now, but I feel like when I was in youth group, if we had that one kid, you had that one leader who would, grab him by the collar and, shove him against the wall.
100%. Or the kid that always misbehaved in chapel or in in grade school.
But they need to be smacked around a little bit.
They do.
My word.
It's true. Sorry. I am pro spanking. Just, please don't cancel us. That's the other thing. I'm afraid we're gonna get canceled in this society that we're in. Can we nobody can share their opinion or expression about anything without them getting canceled. So
That's
please
right.
don't cancel me over spanking. I would really appreciate it.
Let them try.
I think there's a difference between spanking and beating your child.
Well,
That's
yeah.
all I'm gonna say.
For sure. For
You
sure.
know,
I've never been spanked in my life.
what?
I was never, ever, ever spanked or disciplined.
Were you just a good kid? Okay.
I was
All
just
right.
afraid to act out.
I believe that.
Thank you.
I was spanked all the time.
I believe that.
All the time. My dad sometimes like my dad didn't even hit me hard, you know, like didn't smack my butt hard. It was like he would just the drama of him jiggling the door handle when he'd count to 3, because I would run away from him. Like he'd get up and I knew it was coming and I would run to my room and I'm like, no, and I'd like hide behind my door. And my dad, I could hear my dad, like growing up now and looking back, I could hear him laughing. And he would like just go 1 and he'd just jiggle the handle and I'd open it every single time. You know, like I'm like, okay, you know, and I'm just screaming on the other side. One time I opened my windows. One time I opened up my windows in the neighborhood and I said, help me, help me. No. And my dad's like, what are you doing? And I was like, help me.
That's funny. Yeah, so, I had never acted out. I think the first like instance I can remember of being like doing like something wrong was me and my older sister, we're like best friends now, but we hated each other growing up.
Really?
Oh my gosh, we hated each other. But she was so mean to me. She was the cool, popular, and I was not. I was not that. But she asked me, I don't know why. I was making puppy chow, like without the peanut butter. And because I'm allergic to peanut butter. I have more stories about that in my friend.
About
my
peanut
friend
butter?
trying to murder me with peanut butter. Anyways, but I was making puppy chow and I like burned the chocolate and this girl got in my face and was like screaming at me about how stupid I was for burning the chocolate. And then she used to call me a fatty acid. Which is so mean. It is so mean. We can laugh about it now.
We need to call Dr. Phil, honestly. We have a lot of childhood trauma.
For real. She was calling me a fatty acid, and I just smacked her across the face. Like, just walloped her on the face. And she, like, looked at me, and she's like, and I went, I just ran. I ran. I was like, oh, no, I'm out. I'm out of here. But we, like, never spoke about it again. And I think I've brought it up to her before, and she, like, doesn't remember it. But I'm like, I smacked the crap out of you.
You called her. She called you a fatty acid.
That was like her. Yeah, I was a fatty acid, which is like so much more hurtful because she literally is like a queen.
And like screen.
Oh,
string bean,
but like muscular and like beautiful. Cancelled.
What is that?
What?
Is a scrin a thing?
No.
What did I even say?
No, you
scrin bean.
And I'm not a string bean. I am a fatty acid. I can accept it now, but like it was hurtful back then. Anyways.
Dude. Wow. My brother and I mean, you witnessed my brother's and my first fight. My brother and I never fight. Like we grew up, never fought, got along for our whole lives. And then we had to sing for a wedding, and normally like, you know, we're good. Like, we don't have to do much practicing. We just sing and it's fine. Well, Kevin needed to practice. And, like, I don't know what it was. We were trying to sing and he was getting super upset with me and we had a full-on fight. I really thought he wasn't going to do the wedding with us.
I wasn't going to do the wedding with him. It was the worst experience of my life.
Yeah, it was rough. Yeah. It was our first fight. Yeah. Oh, well. I didn't smack him, though. He didn't call me a fatty acid. But...
Good. I don't know how that feels.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know how that feels. That's awful. That's terrible. Anyway, back to guys and dating. I'm trying to think if there's any more, like... That was, like, the one. The breakfast taco sandwich was the one. One time I got asked out by this guy, and I was all excited to go on a date. And I'm, like, old school. You know, I like when a guy is considerate and they, you know, they pick you up, they meet your parents, they buy you flowers, you go on a date. You know, I could go to McDonald's and be fine, but just be a gentleman, you know, like don't like. Anyway, so he came to the house, you know, talk to my parents. Then we get in the car and his car was literally just full of trash. It was not clean. I was stepping on trash. He burped in my face on the date.
Oh no.
And then he ordered fajitas. But he literally kept saying vagitas to be funny, and I was mortified
Do
He's
I know this
like-
person?
No, I don't think so. You might.
Oh.
I don't know. But he just kept saying, yeah, I'll take the vaginas, please. I'm like, can you not? And then he burped in my face and blew it at me.
Ew.
I was like, how do I find these guys? Like, how do I find such gems? You know, like they're
Dating apps.
terrible. They're terrible.
It's true. It's true.
It's terrible. And then I got married and divorced, and that's a whole nother story, you know? So, like, I just have a really bad slew of relationships.
Yeah.
But Brandon is changing the game.
I'm so happy for you.
Me
I'm
too.
so happy
Thank
for
you. Thank you.
deserve
Go,
it.
Brandon.
You've been through the ringer.
Streaming. Scrimrin.
What's happening?
The ring.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Dude.
I was so skeptical about dating apps. Well, because of my Bumble experience.
That's rough, dude. That's rough.
And so I downloaded like the Christian version, and the men were slim pickings on that app. It was like,
Yeah, why is that? I mean, like, this might be a weird thing to say, but yeah, like, it's like when you do put yourself like out there, we're like, it's between Christian dating apps where you're like, ugh, or you, like, the ones that like you, you're like, oh.
I know, is this all I can?
Right. And then you just feel really bad about yourself. You feel
Right.
worse than you did before you got on the dating app.
Right, yes.
Because you're like, this is all I can do for
Yeah,
myself.
It was a very humbling experience, but
I'm
then
sorry.
by the grace of God, Connor slid into my DMs,
Aw.
and it's history.
I'm so happy for you too.
you.
This
You're
is
the
so
best.
great. You guys better not break up with us like soon.
Soon,
Because that
like,
would
maybe
be
down
really,
the road.
yeah. Like, I
Give
mean,
us
like,
some
I
time
get
to enjoy
if
this.
we like don't work out. Like, I understand, but like, it's gonna be super embarrassing if we put this podcast out and then you break up with us
next
the next
next
day.
episode. We're like, well,
Like,
in other
and
news.
we're talking about breakups again. Like, literally
I
the happiest I've
can't.
ever been and the
I
saddest I've
cannot
ever
do
been.
another breakup.
No, honestly, like, I think truly before I met Brandon, I told him this too. Like, I really, after my divorce, I really thought that I was just going to be an old lady just with a ton of cats. And I was good with that. I was good with just living my life on my own.
You're 29.
I
You're
was a cat
29
lady.
Years old.
Yeah, but still, like, I was so done with it emotionally. It's not, sometimes, depending on the heartache you've been through, sometimes
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like you just are like,
It's not worth
I'm
it.
never doing this ever again.
It's not worth it.
Love is the
Worst.
most beautiful.
I hate it. I hate being
It's
in
the
love.
most beautiful, but it is also the most hardest
Yeah.
thing. And, you know, and I know people too, like, I know a friend of mine who has struggled with dating apps. Like, she'll date and then she'll get ghosted, or the guys are married, or it's like, it's scary. And like, all you're doing is just putting your heart there on the line over and over and over and over again. And it just, it hurts, you
Yeah.
know? And you get to a point where it's like, why do I do this to myself?
Right.
You know?
It's true.
So,
Well, and there's like, I mean, there's like different like levels of hurt when it comes to like being in love. Like, you were in a marriage, and like that, that's like top tier.
that's so bad. I don't wish that. I truly do not wish a divorce on
Yeah.
anybody. I
No.
really don't. I
No.
really don't.
Right. I know. I mean, my relationship was 4 years, and it was a terrible breakup, but like, I can't imagine, like, thankfully I wasn't married to him.
Well, and we dated 8
Yeah.
years,
Yeah, y'all were,
seasoned.
yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Some things don't, and that's the other thing. Like, it's so complicated when you have two people doing life together. You like my friend would just say to me, like, you know, it's two sinners under one roof just trying to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes we think that love is supposed to be this like perfect thing, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be this like, you know, like just butterflies all the time. And then my
Yeah.
therapist is like, no. That lasts for like 3 months,
Like,
and then
come
it's
back down to
reality,
earth,
you know,
yeah.
and then you have two people that do their lives,
Mhm.
and you live, you know, it's
Yeah.
like, you're my person,
Yeah.
and you just do life together. And I don't know,
It's so much easier though to do life together when you actually like each other.
when you like each other and you're not like out to tear the other person down
Right.
all the time,
Right.
or like just,
Yeah.
obviously they loved us for a reason. I
Mhm.
don't understand why all of a sudden it was just like, now you're the worst person in the entire
Yeah.
world and you need to change everything about yourself
Right.
to be with me. And you're
Right.
and we're like,
Yeah. Both
You
of
know.
us. We're like, what is going on?
we are who we are. And honestly, that's the other thing about, like, the one thing that I think everybody knows about Josie and I is, like, what you see is what you get. Like,
right.
we are the same
Yeah.
pretty consistently.
It's pretty much hold nothing back ever.
Is what it is, and we deal with it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Things are good. We're moving in together. So that's gonna be our next hurdle.
Can you imagine? I can't. I just am so excited.
I'm also excited. I am excited.
What was the hesitation? Okay.
No, I'm excited.
Now this is
No, I
she's
am.
convincing me.
No,
She's trying to convince me. What?
No,
Say
I'm excited.
it.
No.
What's the matter?
I'm scared.
I'm scared too.
Okay.
Because I've had, I mean, truly, like, and when I say I've had, you've experienced it with me. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, the situations have just been insane. And I don't want us to not be friends. I don't want anything to happen where it's like,
Well,
you slap me in the face because I call you a fat acid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to, don't ever burn
don't
chocolate.
ever go there with me. Like, you can literally
Anything
kick me
else.
in the throat, but if you call me a fatty acid,
But do
we're done.
not burn the chocolate. I swear to God.
I'm never making puppy chow again. I literally have not since that day.
I honestly, okay, here's another thing that I'm afraid of, which you tapped into, the peanut butter thing for a little bit, is like, I'm afraid.
Of killing me?
I've never lived with somebody with an allergy like you.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm
Because you've
afraid-
almost killed me at
And
least
peanut
4
butter,
times.
peanut butter is literally one of my most favorite things on the planet. I
Yeah.
love peanut butter. So like, you're gonna
I
have to
know.
teach me. Like, are we gonna need separate butter?
No, well, butter.
Yeah, because like if I, okay, for example, like if I,
you
didn't
no,
wanna-
my family. No, I know where you're going with this. My family does the same thing. They dip the knife in the peanut butter and then they slice a piece of butter. Use 2 different knives. It's literally not that hard, but my family refuses to do. You've really tapped a nerve here. My family refuses to do it. So if I'm making toast and I swipe some butter on my
Right.
toast, there's peanut butter on it, and my throat swells up, and I just have to go put my finger down my throat and make myself throw up. Anyways,
can we take a break?
I need 5. I gotta go.
5-minute break, please.
No,
And we're
I
back.
can I can be around peanut butter. Like, don't stop eating peanut butter. I don't want to be an inconvenience to you.
I don't want to be in it. I don't want to. Not. It's not even an inconvenience. I don't want to kill you.
Well, killing me would be an inconvenience.
That would be kind of. I would definitely
No,
need
you
you
can
to pay
have
rent.
peanut butter. Just use 2 different knives.
Okay, so that's how we solve it. So it's not like I don't have to have peanut butter.
Exactly.
It's just 2 separate knives.
Yes.
Okay, I think I can handle that. That's easy enough.
You would think.
I was thinking like 2 separate butters, like a Josie butter and then like a Katie butter, just in case.
I mean, fine, but it doesn't have to be that
It doesn't have to be that
difficult.
complicated.
No,
Just
no.
two knives.
I'm really not that hard to live with.
How else have I tried to murder you with peanut butter?
There's so many things. There's
No,
so many things.
I have not. Okay, first of all, I've not tried to kill you with peanut butter. Have I?
What have you tried to kill me with? She's like, there's other things I've tried to smother you with, but
Oh, no, but I mean, like, we just bad luck, you know, like when you started hanging out with me, you like almost died a couple times is all I'm saying, like,
it's true.
you know,
No.
but I haven't, it's never been like peanut butter, right? Or peanuts?
There have been a couple.
Oh, I've
times.
served you trail mix that's had peanuts
Yes.
in it.
Yes,
Yeah, that's not good.
but like I'm aware enough to like know not to eat it, but she will serve it to me. She'll like try to sneak it to me. She like tests me.
Oh, Chinese food. I'm like, here, eat this. And you're like, no, it's cooked in peanut oil. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Or Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I have tried. I've almost killed you. You're right. You're right.
Thank
I'll be
you.
more cognizant of it, I
Thank you.
promise.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'll put Post-it notes all over the apartment. Josie can die if she consumes.
It's not that hard
Peanuts.
to remember.
It's true. It's true.
No, but
It's
I do
true.
feel
But
bad.
then,
No, please. No, after you.
okay, but then when we went to Disney, speaking of Disney, I have never been more over the top with my friend's peanut allergy. Everywhere we went, the first thing I said, my friend has a peanut allergy. Like, so, like, can we have a menu that has, like,
Peanut-free options.
everything? And Josie's like, I know what I can and can't order on a normal menu, dude.
I'm
Like,
25 years old. I can fend for myself.
everywhere. My friend has a peanut allergy. Can you? She's just like, I am too. I am 2 years old. Yep, my mom's talking for me.
She's cutting my meat for me.
Does it have peanut oil in this? It's bad. Sorry. So I'm like, it's like you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
I don't
you.
remember.
Okay, cool.
No, but truly, like, as long as, like, you leave me alone sometimes, we'll be good.
I will leave you alone, I promise.
Okay.
Because I will also want to be left alone.
Perfect.
I know it seems like I'm overbearing.
She is.
But for the most part,
But
like,
it's okay.
I too need some space and I need, it's all good.
At least we have that mutual agreement.
It's all good. What I'll do is, this is like me being overbearing about not being overbearing. Like, I'm like, I have all these things that we
stop,
can do.
Katie, stop.
Just stop it. No, but like, with all due respect, you can have a sign on your door that says quiet time. And if you just have that hung on your door, I will
You're
leave
gonna
you
rip
be.
it off and you're gonna march on into
I'll
my
stick
bedroom?
a note under the door.
Are
I'll
you
say-
mad at me? Question mark.
Yes or no? I would do something like that. I'd be like, yeah, but okay, like, are you though? Like are you okay?
I crumple it and throw it out. No, but it's gonna be really good. We're gonna.
You put a sad you take 3 pictures of you and there's one just like just your face, just like under the door. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Yep.
That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I also think we are gonna have we're gonna laugh the hardest we've ever laughed in our life. Like, I truly think we're gonna get sick of laughing.
I hope I get skinny.
I know.
We have like 6-pack abs.
The deeper the laugh, the more of a workout.
That's right.
But for real, like, I think it's gonna get to a point where I'm gonna just be like, get away.
No,
I
it's
can't
true.
handle
That's
you.
very true.
My abs
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah. But
So, and again, check back with us. I mean, you could.
I move out a week later. I'm like, I can't handle it.
We last a week.
I can't do it.
Oh man,
That's the longest
wild.
we've ever been together is a week. So if we can make it 2,
We can handle anything. If 2 weeks.
not anything, but we will have gotten over that hump of
Okay.
like, okay, we did 2 weeks.
Okay, I mean, I'm not
Let's
gonna
try
be
to
like,
make it 3.
I'm not gonna be like your creepy roommate though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be like creepy,
sleepwalking?
right? Or like,
Yeah. Please
Yeah.
don't be.
let's talk about roommates. Let's
Okay.
talk about it. Like, we got you've had roommates in college.
Yeah.
I've had roommates post college.
Yeah.
Every roommate I've ever had, including my ex-husband, has
It's
left
been
me.
a disaster.
I think the problem is me. I think
Justin,
I am
what's our
the
time right now?
problem.
46.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow. We are.
okay.
46 minutes in.
Strap in, people. It's gonna be a bumpier ride.
No, we'll tell 2 quick stories and then, well,
Mine's not quick, dude.
you're right. Should we stay tuned? Should we stay tuned for next episode?
Yeah, stay tuned for next episode for
Roommates from
hell. I'm sorry.
kidding,
No,
we're
roommates
kidding.
from the unknown.
That's right. That's right. No, yeah, it's not that serious. Well,
No, they
I-
are actually our roommate stories are so bad. I think we're just making you wait because I'm sweating thinking about talking about it, honestly. So
But now you guys have to come back.
you'll have to come
and
back.
listen.
Yeah. So, okay. I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, we sure did.
It feels good to be back. It feels good now that we
Yes.
talked. Like, I feel like the second part we were
Yeah.
like,
It's like
it's
riding a bike.
comfortable.
It's like riding a
yeah.
bike.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been a hot minute, but
Yeah. Well, and thank you again to our sponsors, our host, 316 Creative Works.
Mhm.
We're super grateful for the studio. Go check out 316 Creative Works on Facebook. Do you guys have an Instagram account or like YouTube? Okay,
No.
check us out on Facebook, 316 Creative Works. Our good friend Clayton Denton, he does several podcasts there. And he is going to be doing a lot of new things this year too. So come check us out. That's our home base. And yeah, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.